Let me do this right. I'm about to share my screen with you so you know what's up.
Mhm.
Hold on. Where's my man at? Oh, whoops. Yeah. That one. That's the right one. Yeah. I just want an image, of our friendo. Yeah, no, this is stupid. This, by the way, this is stupid. This is very fucking busted. No, give me an HD. There we go. That's what I want. Do. And we need to. Why did this take me to this website? All right, yeah. Salute for the king, for the god. We having a party today. This was for you, Hockey Five Racks. Just know we love you. Hockey Five Racks. Yeah, that's right. You tell him.
I'm not gonna say that.
Oh. Anyway, back to the actual topics at hand. So we got our ban list here for the July OCG out in Japan. This only affects Japan. This does not affect
Korea.
the TCG Japan and Korea. That's correct.
And Thailand, it's basically
East Asia.
Asian continent. Yeah.
Right, yeah. East Asia? One of the two. So now what's important about the ban list and why I was going kind of wild on this is a lot of the times the OCG ban list does give us intel for the TCG ban list coming up. For example, months back in February, I think that was when the OCG banned Verde Anaconda. We got that ban. Yeah, no, we got that ban in 3 months. And we were on here on the pod saying Verde Anaconda is quite literally Verde and Hulk are some of the two best link monsters in the entire game.
Yeah.
Like it's not even close. It's not. It just is. Okay, cool. That is showing the right thing. So, I definitely wanted to come here and kind of like discuss. We also have our notes from one of our other queens, Eva J. Always pulling up with the strats. That's an OG on the DD side. She's an OG DD repper. So mad love to her. But right, let's start with the forbidden. We have totally awesome.
Man,
Which has been we literally just said this last week that this card is broken and should probably be banned. Just for those who need a refresher on what totally awesome does, I'm just gonna pull up totally awesome right quick. And yep. Totally awesome, which is currently unlimited in the TCG format, which I hope to God that it's not by the time we get to Power of Elements. But totally awesome. 2 Aqua Monsters. Once per turn during the standby phase, you can detach 1 material from this card. Either standby phase, by the way. Special summon 1 frog from the deck. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell or trap or monster effect, quick effect, you can send 1 Aqua Monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard to negate the activation. And if you do, destroy that card. And then you can set it to your field. If this card is sent to the graveyard, target 1 water monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So, yeah, no, Totally Awesome is definitely not balanced at all.
Nah.
I love Totally Awesome. Card's really funny. But on the opposite end of that, it's... Because, at least, like, some of the strats you do is, like, 2 Totally Awesomes, which is totally easy to make. See what I think? Yeah. 2 Totally Awesomes, you special summon 2 Dupe Frogs, and now you get to negate and add stuff to your hands because you negated your opponent's card. And take them! And you can just take them. So, like, that Imperm that you were getting ready to use, yeah, that shit's gone. This is let's see. Okay, so this is once per turn, but I'm pretty sure both totally awesomes can negate. So that's yeah, no, it's stupid, and especially with literally the main deck that was running totally or frogs that is probably the number one deck in Japan right before July is splites. Splites have been running amok in Japan, and the only other deck that's like dealing with them really is it's Edelich.
Mm.
But because Splite mechanic is stupid, it's really stupid because you can just spam these monsters onto the field as long as you control a rank 2, a level 2, or a link 2 monster. And link 2s being probably some of the easiest things you can make in the game that take little to no effort. You can kind of see how that gets out of control. And why it's one of the most used decks in Japan right now. So, and all the frogs are what? They're level 2. So swap frog, into Ronin Toad, into all kinds of just stupid shit gets abused, and then you have the protection that you don't need to even have to play the adventure package for, which also got banned. It got semi limited in Japan. Don't have to run any of that shit if you just have totally awesome, because he's just that frog. And same goes for Haup. As of right now, where I see Haup going, it. Let me preface this with saying there's a lot of stuff in the OCG that is definitely free, and you can just do whatever you want in there. It's like the Wild West all the time. It's not really the case in the TCG as much, although in just recent ban lists, they've sort of been Konami has sort of been homogenizing the OCG and the TCG ban lists for a long time. Because remember, a long time Verde wasn't banned. It was only limited to one in the OCG, along with like Fusion Destiny. I think Fusion Destiny is limited to one in the OCG right now. I have to check.
I believe so.
Let me check. Yeah, but like Fusion Destiny got limited to. All right, pull it up. It does not tell me on this website. It should tell me on. That's Duel Links. There we go. Fandom. Yeah, it's limited to one in the OCG, but also because of that limit, it also got limited in the TCG. There's something else. Well, the unbanning of Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron by itself isn't that strong, but Jet Synchron with Hauki Fibrax is
Woo! Yeah.
woo. Yeah. Anyway, so it is quite possible that Hauck does get banned, and I actually, even though we're probably two lovers of Hauki Fibrax, because that card not only is a starter, extender, and ender.
I mean, it's amazing. Like from I think the best way to play Dragon Link is Adventure Link right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'd really be as viable if Hauki got banned, because it gets out like cards like your Rose Dragons, and it lets you extend with that. But I mean, it's the same thing with the Verde conversation. Yeah, it does this for you, but at the same time, getting rid of it forces you to really consider other options for your lines of play, and that's where we see these actual fun cool decks like the 60 card Dragon Link deck we saw win at French Nationals. Yeah, that's kind of like the, I guess, consensus. But
bro, when the world champion of Japan or the Japanese champion is like, man, my tummy hurt because that Hauck ban. You know it's real. And one thing that I'll say, if and when Hulk does get banned in TCG, it definitely will decrease the value in the Punk engine. But do not get me wrong, the Punk engine, you can get more creative with it. Like I think with Hulk ban, what you might see, just my prediction, is the if especially if you're running Punk engine, is the rise of Dingirasu, the Orcus card, because that let me find this gentleman, this fine robot of a card, because it's a really potent card. Because you'll still do the same strat. You normal summon Xiamen or emergency teleport into it. Which, by the way, emergency teleport does everything. Pays your taxes, put your kids through school, builds a moat around your house, and just man, it is just that deck. So let me pull this up. Dang Gears. How do you? Why can I not spell this? I have an easier way to do this. So, what you do is you normal summon the admin, emergency teleport into it, pay the cost to go to add one, special summon the 5, or pay the cost to add Foxy Tune, activate Foxy Tune to special summon the 5, go into Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler does what it does, and when the 5 gets sent to the graveyard, you can special summon any punk card from the graveyard that's not level 5. Instead of going into the admin to go right into how, you can just go into Dingirasu, which on its summon, you can send any card your opponent controls to the graveyard, doesn't destroy it, so it doesn't proc stuff. And on top of that, it gives you an Omni Avoid Destruction that's not once per turn. If a card you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, just detach one material from it.
Yeah.
Like, this card is potent and very strong. And you're telling me that I can just like build a board and have Baron and Grandmaster Shishao on the field, and I can just say, hey, if those would get destroyed, I can say no? Like, why would I not just run this? There's stuff like that that you can run. Again, it's going to require people to get creative about what builds they're running, which is, you know, honestly, the best part of Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's literally it. Like, coming up with a fun deck concept or a good deck concept. That's literally just half of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Like, Libromancer Pendulum, like...
Yo, that gas!
It's so stupid, but it's stupid enough to where it kind of fucking works.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you think about it, the Libromancer package protects your Pendulum summon through Apollosa, because the Rock is fucking scary, man. Dwayne got hands.
Dwayne got hands. The Rock.
Dwayne got hands, man. So, yeah.
The Rock Witch, by the way, Nibiru, will probably never be banned and is a necessary part to any healthy meta. It checks a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, that card is going nowhere anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. Along on with the balance, that's us wrapping up our Hauki Fibrax talk right here. Another thing on the ban list that should be noted is the ban of Vanity's Emptiness. Now,
that's a big card.
Yeah, especially in the OCG, because, well, I know of at least one deck that was abusing the absolute fuck out of Vanity's Emptiness, and that was Soul Sword in the OCG. Legit, drop a Baron, drop a Shishao, drop a Vanity's Emptiness. And especially since, I'm not sure if it's released in the OCG, but there's a Floodgate Searcher running around, just like, yeah, oh yeah, I'll search for any continuous trap card you want at little or no cost. And because you can special summon it off of really anything, you know, this should be banned.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing if you get Scythe Lock. Oh, okay. Bringing it back to Hout, because I just remembered after saying Scythe Lock. Um, one of the things that I saw Farah, I shouldn't say complain, but like one of his concerns about the current meta right now is there's a lot of decks that are just turboing into Cyphlot. Like with Hauk being able to go into like TG Wonder Mage, you can just like spam Cyphlot, or like with Dagda being only 2 cards, and to set Scythe, all you need to do is just activate a card effect on your turn. A lot of decks are just turboing into Dagda, Hauk, and just going crazy. And your opponent,
Mhm.
essentially, your opponent's turn is turned off, unless they're running like Edelich or something. But for most decks, that's not true. So, um, if and when Hauk gets banned, Scythe, which probably might not get banned, there's going to be a lot less of that. Or if it still does continue, it's not going to be as consistent as it once was, because you don't have a monster that guarantees you to Cyphlock somebody. You have to actually start to build into it a bit more
Yeah.
than you would have previously. So that's something to consider with Cyphlocking and the ban of Hulk and all that. There's a lot of like micro minuscule changes that we might not like, notice at the current moment, but we have to consider that once Hulk like leaves, it's it's all hell breaks loose, because you again you have to start actually considering what it is that you're gonna do with your various builds in
Yeah.
the Yu-Gi-Ohs. But back to Vanity's Emptiness. Vanity's is stupid card. I remember when this was free in the TCG. Man, I don't want to go back to those days, because you just Ophion Vanity's Emptiness lock somebody out of their fucking turn, and they just sit there like, man, balls. But Eva's down to 1. Man, Eva is still allowed in the OCG. Yeah, it's weird. But Eva's down to 1. That really only affects Drytron. Uh, Interesting card that they brought back is Spellbook of Judgment.
Yeah. Man, it kind of feels like a trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of Halky, get rid of the Toad, get rid of Vanities. But hey, there's spell books.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see what happens there.
Yeah. Oh, see, a lot of people are saying that the Judgment actually is not going to matter that much. It again, we have to just see how it plays out in the future. Because I remember when Hauki wasn't banned. Not Hauki. When fucking Spellbook of Judgment wasn't banned, especially like OG, when Spellbooks first came out, that shit was stupid. It was, you get to just draw so many. Hold on, let me pull up Spellbook of Judgment, so I just so I remember. It's been banned so long, I don't remember its exact effect. There we go, Spellbook of Judgment. So we got in here, currently forbidden. During the end phase of this turn, this card was activated. Add spellbook cards from your deck to your hand, except Spellbook of Judgment equal to the number of spells activated after this card's resolution. Then special summon one spellcaster whose level is less than or equal to the number of added cards to your hand. So you just get to just flood a bunch of cards into your hand, and especially with spell counters, which isn't really a mechanic that people use anymore, but they're heavy spell counter decks when Spellbook of Judgment was still allowed, and just so much, just raw add to hand. Just there was just so much of it. Hey, you can special summon any spellcasters, and some of these spellcasters are definitely not balanced, not in the slightest. But here we are. Continuing on, we got finally something that we want to see in the TCG, but we have to wait. We have to play the waiting game. Branded opening has been limited to 1.
Man, that is. I'm pretty sure I've been preaching this for a very long time. You don't have to touch Aliber. The branded opening, though, yeah, nah. Uh, hit that. If and then that's a big room for like that really messes with the consistency of the deck,
Mm-hmm.
which is oh so helpful.
Branded opening. Branded opening. Let's pull this up for the folks who do not know. Branded opening. Here we go. No, not. I'm not trying to buy one. I just want to read its effect. Discard one card, then take one Despia monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon it in defense position. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. If a fusion monster you control will be destroyed by a card of fate, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So, like Mr. Austin so eloquently put it, it don't have to ban the Aliber. Having three of these is stupid because you're discarding for a cost. Like you just get the not for cost, but you're just discarding just because you can get the effects of tragedy. Just keep adding a bunch of cards to your hand, and you get to just go plus all the time because this card is not limited or banned in any way. So
Yeah.
not only that, we have Gen X Alley Birdman is now at 2 in the OCG. Now, for Gen X Alley Birdman, is my theory for this one is this is for Flunderies, actually. Because Gen X Alley Birdman, for those, it's limited right now. You return one face of monster you control to the hand and then special summon this card from your hand, but banish it when it leaves your field. Also gains like 1500 if it was a win monster. Since with Flunders you're basically normal summoning, it gives you another bounce back, and with Apex Avion being another one being just that dude,
Yeah.
this helps out with like other ways to just bounce your win monsters back to your hand. So we got Flendery's map also is limited to 2 with this ban list.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, that's another one, but we're just gonna skip past over that because everyone knows how to play against Flunderies. Now, what's really crazy, and what we said day one, literally day one of the podcast, this card should be limited and or banned in some way. Branded Fusion in the OCG is now limited to 2. Dose.
Dose. I mean, another consistency hit for the deck. That's the problem with Despia is like grind game inconsistency wise. It's a really tough deck to beat. Just like to the point where you even want to just main deck D barrier and you don't care if you're going first or second, because if you can break their board, you break their board and set D barrier, and just stop them from a turn, you win because you kind of like just interrupt. You just interrupt your consistency. Despia is a scary deck. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it is. Like
it's over here harassing fools.
It's shit. Like we saw it in Hartford, and we've been seeing it since Charlotte, since Alvarez Strike has been released. I wouldn't say it's the most dominant because that's not the right term for it. It is probably the most popular, and it shows dominance because it just once people started to figure out what they should be building when they stack the deck to 45 and just spam like lures, spam fucking mercs, and they figured out their ratios, you could really see that this deck has been potent for against most players, and they can just do really whatever they want.
Yeah,
it's not a whole lot of decks that have that sort of consistency.
And at that price too, it's a really cheap deck.
Mm-hmm.
Considering if you're not, I mean, yeah, it's a fairly cheap deck. You can also run the Allure version doesn't really run as many hand traps, so the Allure version is more all gas, but you also have to consider Droll. That's how people kind of think. Droll is probably the best fucking card this format, honestly. Either just between all the combo shit.
Oh man, I love combo format. This shit's hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, this is probably coming our way as well. It wouldn't
Soon.
surprise me.
That hold on, let's see. Power of Elements comes out like the first week of August.
Yeah.
So, well, I'd say the first. Yeah, the first week of August. So it stands to say like maybe around the second of August is when we're getting that ban list because for Hartford we got the Dimension Force ban list literally that Tuesday right before Hartford. So it could come out sooner. It could come out a bit later, but around that time, that first week of August is where we should be looking for our ban lists.
Yeah.
And hopefully this is on here. Uh, I want to pray for a little bit more time with my homie Hauk. You know, that's my man. But if he has to go, he has to go. You know, let it rip. We have the Orcus cards. Night Assailant is off the list. The Blue Cat Thunder Dragon is off the list for OCG as well. We got Lone Flyers banned off the list. Oh, this is a funny thing. This is something that the OCG got from the TCG. Is Trishula being unlimited? It's limited to one in the OCG. It was limited to one in the OCG previously, but now it's unlimited, along with Regeki, unlimited, and uh, what is man? Do you know what the name of the the Mist Valley field spell is?
Uh, Damn. I know what it is. It gives you
Yeah, like I know what it does, but that is currently unlimited in the OCG.
Yeah, I think that was. It's usually just set to one. I think it Master Duel at least, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
this is unlimited in the OCG. Divine Wisp of Mist Valley. Once per turn, for wind monster you control returns to the hand, you can special summon a level 4 or lower wind monster from your deck.
Yeah, I mean it could be another one of those. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
be another route for Flunder. I mean they're getting a little bit of a hit. Uh, these two cards here on the semi-limited. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Well, the Gen X out of Birdman is actually going up, and then the field spell is going down. So it's like a
I
give and
see.
take. They're giving. I don't. Well, I don't play Flunder, but you know this. I'm assuming this would help, even though their field spells at 2. That's just a free ass level 4 wind monster.
Yeah.
That's a free barrier. That's literally a free barrier.
So
So, well, we'll see where the deck lands in the future. Exiting this, the damn it, I didn't mean. Now that I exited it, I need it again. The wind up carrier ship is unlimited in the OCG. I saw a strat earlier this morning. I couldn't even tell you what it was, but there's a strat with tour guide and this card that just abuses. Oh, it's a splight strat. So okay, here's what you do for you tour guide into tour guide, right?
okay.
To go into this wind up carrier. Wind up carrier Zementi. And once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card. Special summon won't wind up from your hand or deck. So when you do this, you just special summon Wind Up Kitten, which is a level 2, and then you just spam Splight monsters.
Hmm. Okay.
And, and best part is you can target one monster your opponent controls, return that target to the hand. This card can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. So, smile. And your opponent can't do anything about it. Gamer. But we'll see where I'm terrified to spy. If I keep it a stack with you, Mr. Austin, I am not emotionally, physically prepared for when splites hit the TCG. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, I don't think anyone is. If I'm
Because,
being
like,
completely honest, that it's
That shit is way too potent, as a God MC once said. It just
And synergy.
yeah,
Like,
it's just too much. Because again, like I have the files with all these Splite cards on my PC, so I'm just gonna quickly look at one of them right quick. So it's in my Power Elements folder. Oh, you can see it right here. So you got like Splite Blue. If you control a level 2 or rank 2 monster, you can just special summon this. If this card is special summon, you just get to add a Splite monster to your hand.
yeah.
So what you're telling me, right, is tour guide to go into wind up Zemeni's. Zemeni special summons the level 2 cat on your turn. You bounce and let's say you're going second. You bounce a card back to your opponent's hand, and then you can just special summon this, and then add any Splite monster you want, and you can just keep going. All right, cool. Splite Carrot. When your opponent activates a spell, a trap card, or effect, you can tribute one other level, rank, or link 2 monster to negate the activation. And if it's a rank or link 2, you can just destroy it. Bro, what? Huh? And the worst part is, off the Zemenis, if you're done with it, you can just go into Zeus and just nuke the field.
Yeah, no. I mean, Zeus is a card.
Dude, Zeus is crazy. I don't want Zeus banned, but we gotta talk about Zeus. Zeus is kind of juiced. Oh, during your main phase, you can neither player can special summon for the rest of this turn except level, rank, or link 2 monsters. Also detach one material from your XYZ monster, and if you do, special summon one level 2 monster from your deck. Bro, what? Huh? Bro, this deck is stupid. It, but hey, we got Soul Stone Emergence is at 3 back in the OCG. That'll help.
Yeah. Does OCG also have Dinglong? Did they?
Oh yeah, no, Danglong is free in the OCG. That motherfucker is running around, go crazy. But you know, you gotta ban. You gotta ban the fucking Hauk if Danglong's free, dude. What the fuck?
Not with that. Yeah.
Let's see. Can we even look at the ban list for OCG? OCG apply. No, it just tells me the ban list for TCG. Oh yeah, and you can't forget fucking Maxi isn't banned in the OCG.
No, and it has searched it off of Splite, so that's lovely.
Yeah, just yeah. We live in a time. We do in fact live in a time. So yeah, that's it for our OCG ban list. We shall see what happens in the upcoming months. I have theories. I have a lot of theories about what